Stocks are under pressure. They've been under pressure for a couple of months, and we are now starting to see the first signs of capitulation, and two sectors are seeing forced selling. You want to know what forced selling looks like? Hang with me for a minute. But before we do that, let's talk about all the scares that are going on in the market. You've got the looming government shutdown, rising interest rates, you've got the auto strike, student loan repayments. I mean, listen, the world is ending if you follow the media, but here's the deal. When you follow the big money, you are going to get less scared and more prepared. So let's look at money flows first. You guys know the big money index. It's what keeps us out of trouble at Map Signals. This beautiful yellow line illustrates all that you need to know. It tells you when institutions are getting out of stocks and when they are getting into stocks. So early in August, we started talking about being a little bit more fearful, being a little bit more defensive. That's because we were overbought. Since then, money flows have gone straight down. Okay, so 2 months of weakness. If people are talking about weakness right now, they may be late to the ball game. Speaking of, we are now looking at the highest yield. This is a 10-year treasury going back to 2007. So last I checked, it was right around 4.5%. Rates are going up. So when rates go up, people get worried, people get in trouble. Sometimes people are leveraged and it causes them to liquidate. And now we're going to look at two sectors that have been seeing forced selling and what that means going forward. So the first one we're going to talk about is utilities. If you ever want an exciting group, tell somebody you are looking at utility stocks. That is a joke. So on September 5th, 26 discrete utility stocks were sold. That is what this red bar is in this circle here. Just want to show you prior times when we had selling of that magnitude. One thing you should notice is whenever you see selling of this magnitude, XLU, right? It tends to pop. Happened here. It happened here. What do you think is going to happen going forward? Well, let's look at some data. First thing is this chart right here. So after all of those sell events, and we're looking at every single time where the sell ratio was 17.5% or greater, so our universe of utility stocks, if 17% or more were sold in a day, in blue, this is what the forward returns look like for XLU versus XLU average returns. All you need to know is that it tends to outperform whenever you see this level of selling. So forced selling can be a great time to go in and scoop up deals. But it's not just utilities. We're also seeing it in healthcare stocks. So a great way to visualize that, my little circles here, right? Big selling, these big red bars, they tend to be near the lows of these sector charts. It's a beautiful thing. So we see for selling, this came on what date? September 15th. 39 discrete healthcare companies were sold. That is 19% of our 209 healthcare universe. So what does that mean going forward? Well, again, since 2013, whenever you see that type of action, you can expect to outperform the average gains that you would normally get just by buying XLV and holding it on average going back to 2013. Now, why do I also like these two areas? Well, right now the market's under a lot of pressure. Two defensive groups, right? Utilities, healthcare, those can be offering ballast in your portfolio until we start to see buyers come into the market. Let's go back up here. When will we know if buyers are coming back into the market? It's when this yellow line starts to perk up. We're not seeing any evidence of that right now. And the trend is your friend, so follow it until it bends. Until then, we will see you next time.